Hey everybody, I'm Josh Fails, and welcome back to the Basilborne server. In the last episode, we started out by building an iron farm, which is the worst thing I have ever built in existence. It is horrible. I mean, it looks like a fair bit of iron, which it is, but it constantly breaks. The iron golems constantly get stuck. This was an absolute failed build, and we will be converting this structure into something else in a couple of episodes time. Last time out we explored the ancient city for the very first time, which was quite fun. We hung out with a couple of friends and it was just a grand old time, very chill. But today in this video I want to start dipping my toes into a little bit of redstone by building an animated flag at spawn. Let's head into a testing world to start designing the flag. To start off our project, we need to build a base for the pole, and I'm thinking that we will do dark oak because that's what we've been building with so far, and it will blend into the rest of our environment around our starter base. This is what I have for the base then so far. I am thinking of having a little bit more detail in and try to get a little bit of gradient from the deep slate grey to the dark oak brown. And yeah, I am drawing inspiration from a couple of flagpole designs that I've seen online, but so far not looking too bad. But I want to bring in some of these walls and some of the fences, and then we'll see how that all looks. Now I've built it up just slightly. Actually, yeah, put the walls in, put the fences in, extended out the base just a little bit. And yeah, I am quite happy with this. I still need to figure out a way of sort of blending these two colours together. Because you see, we've got like a dark grey here, then it goes into the light with the cobble deep slate. And I need to find a block is a good in between. Could be acacia, perhaps. That's like grey, and then like it goes into brown, perhaps. But yeah, need to find a block in between the grey and the brown. One day later. So I have spent a fair bit of time on the actual gradient of this tower. And you can see it's a little bit different from from what we've seen a little bit earlier. So there's about 5 or so transition points to get to the stripped dark oak. And yeah, and it goes from the cobble deep slate to the polished, and then we use the nether brick walls here so to introduce the darker tones of the dark oak, and then we sort of hard-ish transition into the packed mud. This introduces the browns, and then a little bit of a dark oak fencing, and then it's the stripped logs. And I feel like it works. I feel like it works and it looks good. And I am weirdly happy with this. The packed, or the mud does stand out a little bit, but I think all in all, it does look good. I'm actually happy with this. So now it's actually time to work on the actual flag itself. So this is all the mechanics all built up. I'm using Jake Kelton's video help me going through the actual redstone process, but it is very simple. It's just a line of repeaters and then sticky pistons going down. Yeah, let's have a little look, shall we? We play this lever, creates a redstone clock, and that sends obviously the signal down here. Yeah. Just look at the main effect I'm going with is when the pistons go into like the 12 FPS mode. Like the low FPS, yeah, there it is. Where like the level of detail sort of kicks in, and it's right there. That is the effect that I am going with for this flag. If we have a look down here, yeah, you just see that. Look at that. That's beautiful so far. But now it's time to actually decorate the flag. I'm wondering if I could actually like bring the edge of the flag down by 1 block. I might be able to do that, just to give it a little bit of a sloop. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Okay, so I've built it up a a fair bit now, as you can see, because it's going to be mainly green, because obviously it's going to represent Basilborne. But if we give this a little bit of a flick now, as you can see, it works. Yeah, obviously up close it's always going to look a little bit weird, right? But as we sort of back away, it goes into that low FPS mode, and that is when it's like really... That's when it really shows the the flagness, I'd say. And yeah, it's not perfect, I'll be honest, because I am not too good with redstone and building in general. So there's obviously a lot of discrepancies. But I feel like if we just go for like a ground shot here, yeah, look at that. You sort of see through the trees. Then you can see sort of the flag working, especially if we zoom out. You get that whole effect there. There is a slight issue with this. There's an issue where the top row of the concrete can just like spontaneously combust. So if we just turn this off, we got unlucky there. Yeah, there is an issue with it, with the top row. Like phasing through the blocks and just like going down to the ground. But I'm not really planning on turning it off. This is going to run constantly on the Basilborne server. So I think it should be fine. And in any case, I could just repair it, right? Now thinking about it, do we want to drop this down by 1? So then we can have a sort of a thicker flag. Let's see how this works. We flick that on, and it does work. Oh my god, thank god. I think we should go with this, actually. We go away to the low FPS mode. Hold on. Uh-oh. I broke. I've broken it. Yeah, I think this is well. Honestly, I think we should just go with this. Especially if it goes into the low FPS mode, really just brings it together, doesn't it? Yeah, you can still see the repeaters. Maybe if we go 3 blocks, should we go 3 blocks? We do that, turn you back on. I mean, it works. But is it too, like, tall now? Oh, that works. That is beautiful. Look at that. That is actually beautiful. Yeah, I mean, this works. I feel like this is as best as it's gonna get. Okay, now, let's just... this very thin pole. Let's add some detail to the pole. We'll condense the clock down. Just slightly, hopefully. And then we'll get this all into the Basilborne server. Building time. So this is where I am wanting to build the flag. As you can see, world spawn is just over there. And I want to build this flag on this mound here. You see, I've already flattened it out. Just a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to build on this mound here. It is time to actually build the flag. Okay, so this is phase 1, all complete. And yeah, looking really good. It's actually looking better than I thought it would be in the surroundings here. Now it's time to get the pole in. Okay, the flag is all built and has been turned on. Are we ready for this? Let's have a oh my god, yes. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh my days, hold on, we need to go up on a tree here somewhere. Oh, up here. Oh, we need to see this from a tree. Oh my god. That is fantastic. I mean, you can sort of see the redstone components and even a lever to turn it on. But, you know what? That works. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, the lightning rod has oxidized already. That was very quick. But that is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, it is destined to break when the server resets and all of that stuff. But until then, you know, at least we built something cool, right? At least we built something cool. But yeah, now, ladies and gentlemen, it is... Oh, hello. Now it is time for a quick time lapse of the build process as a whole. So that's all going to be for today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, all of that fun stuff. Thank you guys for watching today, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.